Hello and welcome to this new episode. I'm very excited today because I welcome someone completely new to me as well as to you. So far, I gave the mic to people I had the chance to meet up a few times in person. But in this case, I recently moved to Valencia, and while I was browsing an app for business contacts, I caught sight of Philip, who was around at the time. Long story short, Philip is not in Spain anymore, but he has been kind enough to accept my invitation to tell us more about him, about his travels, and more importantly, about the app he is currently developing. And let me tell you, it's an app which has a potential to be the next best thing for travelers all around the world. So, Philip, welcome. How are you today?
Hello, thanks for the kind invitation and introduction.
To begin with, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Philip, 33 years young or old, as you define it, from Mannheim in Germany. And my background is mostly a web developer. Left my apartment end of 2018 to be full-time traveling. But still with a big attached to my hometown. So I still enjoy coming back home as I did now after half a year traveling in a van. I just arrived back home.
Now you're mainly traveling with your van, right?
Yeah, exactly. I used to go backpack most of my travels, but 2 years ago, me and my girlfriend, we got a van, and now we are almost, or let's say most of the time, we're traveling in a van. We still have a small apartment we can come back to, seeing my family, visiting friends. That's that's how it goes right now.
I'm curious about this van. Did you design it yourself? Did you customize it, or did you buy it all completely customized?
It was still kind of COVID times when things on the van and camping market went crazy. So it was quite hard to find any car on my budget. I choose to get a empty or naked transport car. So then converted it myself, got some windows in, and was especially focusing to have a workspace inside because I'm always working remotely when I'm traveling. So the main task was to get some big battery to charge my laptop and a desk, to be able to work whenever you're not able to sit outside.
What is the most challenging thing about life in a van? The water, the energy?
It's depends, I guess, on where you are traveling. Sometimes it's to get rid of the wastewater in some countries where there's not that much facilities for campers. In other places, or when the weather is bad, it can be the electricity, because I mainly focus on solar energy on my roof. So as long as there's sunshine and good weather, I never run out of energy. But when there's a week of rain and clouds, I think the main challenge is to get the energy, but also you're kind of stuck in the van because, the thing of van life is to be outside and go outside and always, enjoy the surroundings. So with bad weather, you kind of stuck and have to find a way to do things.
What is the farthest place you have been with your van?
I guess just recently we went through Spain, where we digitally or virtually met, right?
Yeah.
But we came back from Morocco, a trip to Morocco. Before, we've been to Greece as well last year, the year before. Mm-hmm. But Morocco, also because it's a very different culture, taking a boat to Africa, and then driving your own car in front of the big dunes in the Sahara Desert. Mm-hmm. It's just it felt like the furthest distance, I think.
Morocco, Spain, Greece. Yeah, you have to choose the most sunny countries, right? That's not by chance, but you end up in these countries.
No, especially for me, it's with the van, it's like a winter escape. Escaping the winter here in my home home country is trying to get more sun, more summer feeling. And yeah, therefore I have to go south in winter.
And now, are you still in Germany or you're right now?
Yeah, exactly. We just came back recently, and now I gonna take some time here with friends and family, and prepare for the next for the next trip.
I think on your app I saw that you were heading north to Latvia, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still very roughly planned, but I try to add some spots on the app in which direction we plan to go. So yeah, we kind of do it the other way now. In the summer, we try to explore the north, the Balticum, and Scandinavia.
Since you said that you started this life in 2018, so this was not triggered by the pandemic, right? It's something you wanted to do already before.
Yeah, it all started. I mean, I was working employed in an agency, and I took a fight, to get a long holiday for a few months, to do a long-term travel, let's say. And yeah, that's hits me really hard. So I didn't want to stop, and then I changed a lot in my life. Started to be self-employed, freelancing. To have more freedom and flexibility to work remotely and have more time to travel.
So the reason why I wanted especially to talk with you is that, as I said, you are developing an app which is currently available to everyone, which is called Many Ways. I'm curious about what was the inspiration for this app.
Yeah, so I started all this during COVID, during the pandemic. The idea for the app was I created my own overview about my connections, where I met them and where they are, to make it easier for me to kind of stay in touch and remember when I take my motorbike trip to Italy. I remember, there's a friend I met in Thailand a year before, and maybe it's a good time to reconnect and check up on them. And then I realized it would be really nice to have this without much effort, just in one overview. Yeah, that's how it all started.
Makes sense. And how much time did it take you to complete the first, let's say, draft or most viable product?
Yeah, I think now it's when I started, it's maybe 2 years ago. But last year I decided to make it not only like a small side project, but to do it more to become a startup with this. So that's when I started to do all the research, talking to other travelers, what their needs are, and all of the stuff. So I also changed or did a lot of reconcepting on the app, and did it in a more serious way.
For your travels, did you use what apps did you use before? Are there some apps which were really an inspiration, or maybe you thought that you could improve on them?
When I started to travel, I did use a lot of couchsurfing. I was a big fan of the whole concept, or I still am, because it also enables me to get in touch with the local people and make a lot of connections through that. But then I realized meeting, especially as a solo traveler in a hostel, you meet travelers, and right now it's getting more separated. When in 2018, maybe most of the travelers you just connect through Facebook, and you add everyone on Facebook. And then nowadays it's mostly Instagram where I have connections. But then some people use a different kind of messengers like WhatsApp, Telegram, WeChat, you name it. So there's widely spread it all over different platforms.
Yeah.
And so my idea was not only to create another community where everyone's stuck in one community, or you have to be lucky to find someone on the app or not, but you can create like kind of your own contact book, but in a travel first way with a nice map, and you can see. Yeah, it's a lot about the overview and connecting all these different networks for yourself.
It's true that Couchsurfing has a very big pull on internet for travelers, but mostly because it was the first one, right? Really, which was taking advantage of internet to enable people to travel easily and to connect and to discover places. But yeah, since lately, for the last few years, it's simply not evolving anymore. It's a bit living on all the good credit it has before, and now it feels a bit stuck.
Yeah, I mean it's mainly relies on the community they have and less on the technology, I guess.
Yeah, it's simply not modernizing and simply not proposing new features and stuff like this. And that's why yours is very impressive, because it feels, while Couchsurfing is still relying a lot on drop downs and stuff like this, yours, you can just click on the map, zoom on the map, and find who is around and who is going where. And I like how user friendly it is.
Yeah, thank you. It's feels good to hear your words, your kind words.
The good thing is that since you are traveling at the same time, you can test it yourself on the way, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as I said, the whole idea came from my own kind of needs, and then it slowly develops to do research with others and combine it, to make it travelers first.
How is your strategy to get people to adopt it? So how do you publicize it?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's my biggest struggle, to be honest. But yeah, I am right now. I try different ways. I mean, my basic idea was to offer features where you don't rely on the community from the first point, because you have like this chicken egg problem when I advertise like, hey, I have a great community, but you have to have the community first. So that's what I'm working on right now, by letting you add your own connections, like paint your map as you wish, without the need to have everyone on the app already. It's supposed to be useful for you even without the big community, but then on the other side there comes the big vision, as you described it already, to make new connections as well.
Do you have a number exactly how many people are you currently using it or registered?
Yeah, so for now we crossed the 100 users. So it's still very small community. But yeah, I want to get more drive on it. So there's an invite system behind it, so you can invite your friends, get notified when they join the app. So it gets easier for you, to stay in touch with the connections you made and see where they go next, and especially to help you see whenever your paths cross with one of your connections, to have the ability or the possibility to meet them again.
So you're doing all of this from your van, basically?
Yeah, I mean, since the last 2 years, yes, mostly working from the van. Yeah. But I mean, it's the laptop and the internet connection. That's all I need. Yeah.
Is there going to be advertising, or are you thinking of making it paying if there is a lot of success coming up?
Yeah, so very important for me is I want it to be free for use in the basic way, especially. I don't have a big business model or plan already, but of course the server costs and stuff. So on one point there has to be some income on it, obviously. Probably it's gonna be more a mix of maybe advertising, like the basic idea, like most social apps run, or I come up with some ideas for a pro account. But important for me is to be open for anyone and help anyone who likes to travel and connect. To be open for those travelers, to create this how to say, open community. Yeah.
And speaking of which, I noticed that when I was creating my profile, I noticed that you had some of the questions that I ask my audience, sometimes my interviews.
Yeah, the idea with the profiles is to, because you already have an Instagram account where you post nice pictures, or you have your, other networks. So with many ways, and the profile there want to help you to show another perspective on your travel experience, to get to get another information that you easily to explore more infos.
Yeah, for example, it's a good idea to go for an icebreaker, right? Instead of having to repeat yourself all the time to all the members. I know it happens a lot in meetups and in couchsurfing meetings. When you meet new travelers, you always repeat yourself. In this app, for example, you have the option interview, and you have some default questions, and I'm going to ask you some of them, actually. For example, the first one is, what was your craziest travel experience?
I think the first that comes up in my mind is going to Nepal, to Kathmandu, mainly because it was my first trip leaving Europe, coming to a different culture, and Kathmandu hit me hard with all the traffic, noise, the smells. It was very intense, and I really loved it. But it was really intense experience.
And let's see another question. So, what is your most the gadget you cannot do without during your travels?
Yeah, as I told you, as I'm working or try to work traveling, it's definitely my laptop and my smartphone. Which when it comes to the smartphone, I used to do a lot of photography, or more serious photography in the past. So I was backpacking with the big drone, big camera setup, and now for me now it's changed a lot to be more minimalism kind of travel way, especially when it comes to backpacking. It has to fit in the hand luggage, so I cut down on all this technical stuff. Smartphone, laptop, that's the main thing.
Your favorite travel song?
There's one song from my childhood that comes up. I think it's I'm really bad.
No?
Autostrada, you say. Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's like when with my parents, when I was a child, we went to Italy a lot, or to the south of France, with the car and the caravan, with my sister. So we sit in the car, and that was the song the whole family was screaming, singing/screaming in the car. Yeah.
And what was your most ridiculous souvenir you bought?
Just recently in Morocco, I found the most weirdest magnet that I bought. Usually I'm not a big fan of weird souvenirs, but the magnet with a plate of Moroccan tea, like a 3D model of tea plate. So it's kind of ridiculous, but we bought it.
Yeah, and you have to be careful with the space in your van, right? So you cannot a full tea tray of Moroccan.
I have to say I did buy carpet and a tagine, the cooking oven, which is really great on the campfire to cook with it.
Yeah.
So coming back, our car was pretty packed. And that's another benefit with the backpacking and hand luggage. You cannot buy stupid stuff.
So your next travel destination is Latvia. You're going to do the whole Scandinavia tour, right?
Yeah, we are not yet sure how far north we're gonna end up. But the idea is to start in the Baltikum and taking a ferry to Helsinki, and go north from there. Maybe to Norway, or maybe we cross before to Sweden and explore more there. We're not yet sure, but we might meet some friends on the way that are with similar plans. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, we have to see how we fit everything in our Scandinavian circle, let's say.
And on the way, hopefully you can meet some new, I don't want to say clients, users.
Users sounds better, yeah.
Yeah. Adopters. They will adopt your app, and I'm sure it will only grow from there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird when we met other van lifers, let's say. Yeah, I don't come up with it because as you say, it feels quite advertising, like, hey, nice van, let's try my app.
I understand the feeling, because sometimes in Valencia or everywhere, when I go meeting new people, I try to not come up with the podcast subjects immediately.
Yeah. Like, wait, stop. That sounds like a nice story. Can I record this?
I don't want to shove the mic under the mouth as soon as I meet them. It would be a bit weird. So yeah. But I'm glad we talked, Philippe, and thank you very much for letting us discover your app. I can testify that it's really useful, and I will make sure to mention it as soon as possible. And I hope
thank you so much.
I hope my audience will adopt it as well. I saw that you gave me some codes that I can share with people.
Yeah, I definitely sent you another invite code you can show or you can add for your audience. So yeah, it will be very easy to join many ways.
Yeah, great. But so that I understand, when the first time I tried to download Manyways, I needed to get an access, right?
Yeah, it's still so right now it's still like an invite only phase. It's on one side, of course, to take it to the limits and slowly, but also I think it's a good way to make sure there's a worthful community, to create a worthful community, by adding friends, because it makes much more sense in a community aspect to bring your network on it. That's kind of the way I try to grow it.
That's a good idea. You want to let the word of mouth do the job for you.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. Thank you very much, Philippe. That was thank you for your time. We'll keep in touch. Looking forward to see what comes up next with the app.
Thank you so much for having me, and thanks for listening.
You can find more about Philippe's van life and work on his Instagram account, which I have added to the description of this episode. Write along an invite code which will enable you to download the app Manyways on your mobile. Welcome to the community. In the meantime, have a good time and see you in the next episode.